Okay, this is the 4th of February, a Tuesday morning, and this is what I look down the barrel of every day. Every day. If this was a perfect world, all the golfers that hit those 2 tee boxes in the distance would all be accomplished, run-of-the-mill, low handicap golfers that I wouldn't have to worry about. But the nature of golf, the human nature that's involved, the human factors that are involved in golf, like ego, envy, jealousy, all kinds of weird things, where that golf ball is sacred, that's another thing. The golf ball is sacred type attitude. Wherever the golf ball lands, I have a right to go pick it up. That type of culture that exists out here in golf. Now, I'm going to tell you what I'm dealing with here. In a minute, the guy just took the pin out of the hole, but I'm going to swing around and show you what the sight picture for these golfers are today. Sight picture is on the Marine Corps Parris Island shooting range. Okay? Alright, their sight picture, what they're aiming for over here is, let's see if I can zoom in on it, if I can see it. Where is the guy? Right there. Okay. They're putting at a pin that's on the right side of the green. So it's on my side of the green. Okay, they put the pin on my side of the green today, so everybody's aiming to the right. Instead of aiming out to the other side of the green, which is out there near the point in the lake, out there, like out that way, on that side of the green, they got it over here on this side. Okay, this is what I'm looking at all day today. See where the pin is now? He's walking away. It's on the right side. So everybody that hits this tee box today is hitting it with the thought, if you gotta miss right. If you're gonna miss right. Alright? Now, this little item on the left side of the screen represents my property line. Okay, I'll drop down. See those bushes? That's my property line. And about 40 feet away is the golf cart path. You can see it. Alright, that's how intimate this golf course is to my lot. And when you talk about assault, try to imagine all day long on a Saturday afternoon, nothing but Sundance golf carts. Every 3 out of 4 carts is from the Sundance golf fleet. They're not private homeowners and members of our community that have their own golf cart. That's the first thing that you want to be a part of the men's club, you got to get your own golf cart. Alright, that's your signature. Your golf cart and how you got it tricked out and pimped out is your signature for the men's club. Now, on the weekends, when you set up the tee box like this, the way it's set up right now, let me get this guy. Here we go. He came along just in time. There we go. There's the lighthouse, my property line, and this guy probably right now is no farther away. I don't think he's farther away than maybe 60 yards. He's trying to hit a pin. He's trying to hit a pin 140 to 160 yards away. When it's all the way back from that tee, it's like a 160-yard shot. If the pin is up forward or in the middle, it's 135 yard shot to the middle from there, over water. Most people that play that know they can't fly the water, and they know that if they're anywhere left of the cart path on the hole, that they're going to be in the water, but their ego says, I'm not moving up. I know I can't make it over the water, but I'll be damned if I'm going to move up. My ego, I've been playing this hole for 15 years, and I don't care. For the last 5 years, I've been hitting a driver from back here to hit it only 135 yards. But I'm not moving up. That's the mentality. Now you got this person back there that knows that he can't reach over the water that shot. So what he does is he's going to play a bank shot. That's why those white stakes are right on my property line. It gives the golf course is given all the amateur golfers who are short, all the old timers, the senior golfers, it's given them the opportunity to play the bank shot on this hole. All right? If you can't make it over the water, don't worry. Just aim right, put it up on the bank, and you have playing area all the way up to that guy's property line. All the way up to those green plants is all playing area. We set it up for you that way so that you can play you can protect your ego and keep playing the men's tees from back there, even though you can't reach. Anybody that has to play a wood from back there, from 132 yards or 125 yards, and they got a wood in their hand, a fairway wood, they should move up. The hole is set up, especially when you put it in the back tee, the pin in the back, you have to be able to stop. I've seen so many great shots go right past the pin. Wherever you put the pin, if it's in the back, in the middle, in the right, in the left, I've seen so many great shots hit with a fairway wood that were blue darters. The guy was right on line. The thing missed the pin by inches, but it went by the pin about 90 miles an hour. You know why? He had to hit a wood from that back there. That guy should be up at the ladies' tee hitting a 7-iron or an 8-iron or a 9-iron. He's got the line, he's got the swing, but he's playing a club that isn't set up for him and the range he has for this hole. Now, that's my logic. I'm talking to you from my experience. I got a ton. I got 45, 50 years of playing golf under my belt. All right? In a lot of places. But getting back to the risk factor now. If this was Saturday and they had the place sold out, I've been told, because I knew a fellow who worked behind the counter in the pro shop, that if you sell 250 rounds a day, that's a great day. Okay? In fact, you've oversold the course. This is one of the slowest playing courses in the valley. You can go out to the lower Estrella, around down by PIR. That course right there, you can play it twice as fast, 18 holes there, as you can here. This course is a bottleneck. It's nothing but bottlenecks, and you're looking at one of them. This hole right here on a Saturday, when you sell 250 rounds, if you put that pin in the back and you put woods in everybody's hands, the mediocre, the beginners, the ladies have to hit a wood. I've seen so many ladies who are great golfers. They make a perfect swing. They got a wood in their hand. They're making a perfect swing, and the thing misses the pin by inches. They made a perfect swing. They got the wrong club in their hand. They're hitting a wood. It's probably about 105, 110 yard shot for them. But for a lady, most ladies and beginners, if you put any kind of from 100 yards and you challenge them to put it on the green, they couldn't do it. I see so many ladies, this area that I was showing you that's between me and the green, it's what it is a retention basin. It's an engineered retention basin, but it's also an engineered bailout. That's the target. They're not aiming from the green for the green. When they're hitting from back there, they're not aiming for the green. They're aiming for the bailout area. I've heard guys tell their wives, aim right. They got the wife's there and she's worrying about the water, and the guy says, don't worry, aim right. Play the bank. Play the bank shot. The only trouble with playing a bank shot is I'm part of the bank up here. When they miss the bank shot, when one gets away from them, like on the weekend, you've got all beginner golfers. Beginners. People that take the game lightly. That think that they can come out here just because they are a man, they can play the men's tees. That's their mindset. Not one of them has ever shot a par round in their life, ever. They would, if you were to average out all their collective rounds and take the average of every 18 holes they ever played, they probably shot a 115 on every one, average. Every round. Why do I say that? Because I see guys hit 3 and 4 balls off that tee. 3 into the lake. 1 into somebody's yard, 2 into the lake. And they go up and play the hole. So what's that on one hole? And this is a wicked bottleneck. Now, getting back to your strategy when you got 250 people waiting to play golf on one of the slowest golf courses in the valley because it's long and difficult. That pin should be up short, right next to that little bailout area. Okay? And move the tees up. It's a Saturday and Sunday. You got 250 rounds on the course. You can't afford to have a posse back there looking in the boonies for a golf ball that went off the back of the green, and that's what happens. I see it every time you put the pin back there. And you must admit, as a professional, a lot of people come out here with, they don't have the urgency of keeping play moving, pace of play. I watch people out here that have absolutely no sense of pace of play. Move on. And the worst thing that, to me, what's ruined it is television golf. Television golf. You got this young guy that's finally got the camera on him, you know. He's been playing, you know, he's at a major tournament and the camera's finally on him, and now instead of getting up and just hitting a 2-foot putt in the hole, we have to watch this guy for 10 minutes survey this putt. It wasn't used to be that way. Okay? Pace of play, and they allow them to happen. They allowed us golf, and now the young people think they can do the same. They're playing every shot like it's the U.S. Open. Until they will hit one in the water, and it's like how quickly they drop another one, hit another one in the water, and they hit it. Then they drop a third one. And they finally get on the green, and I don't know what they put on their scorecard, but if they come in and say, I shot in the 80s today, I don't think so. Not on this course. This is a long, narrow course. If you played the men's tee all day with your game, you didn't shoot in the 80s, dude. Let's be honest. You were out of bounds. You hit it in people's yards. You were walking in people's yards. That's another thing. I want to try to explain to you wide open, grip and rip, young bull stud, Arizona stud golfers. I'm going to give you a perfect example of your grip and rip style of golf and how it equates to what the golf I'm used to. I grew up on courses that were 100 years old. They were carved out of the woods in the Adirondacks 100 years ago. There's one at the Adirondack Club called St. Hubert's. It's up in the mountains. It's at the base of Noonmark, Giant, all these foothill mountains in the Adirondacks and the high peaks. This place is nothing but chutes of narrow fairways with tall trees. Now, the luxury you people have out here in Arizona is they can lay a course out like this. Now I just panned down on where the sidewalk was, the cart path. If we were in New York in one of these seasonal courses that are only open from May to October, St. Hubert's closes like in middle of October. You don't want to be playing golf in the afternoon when the sun goes down or is starting to go down in St. Hubert's. One of the coldest places on earth. Alright, but what I'm trying to get across to you is these courses, these 100-year-old courses, don't get the attention. They don't have cleaning crews that can push back Mother Nature. So, on a hole like this, in a course in the Adirondacks, the trees and forests and briar bushes and ticks and snakes and birds and burdocks and poison ivy, poison sumac, all that other stuff would be at the cart path. That would be the hole. Alright? You wouldn't have the luxury to grab in your bag and start spraying balls and aiming north. When you got on that tee box and decided, okay, I'm going to play the long tees and I'm going to aim right, I'm going to play the bank shot. Well, on that course in the Adirondacks, there's no bank shot to play. Okay? You're giving all these wide open grip and rip young studs out here in Arizona the opportunity to grip and rip on every hole. With the idea if we miss, look, I got all that room up there to land the ball. I got 50 feet from the cart path to that guy's house to land a ball and play it, keep it in play. They're giving me the opportunity to hit the bank shot to get over the lake. I'm trying to let you know, in some of these courses up in the woods, you don't have that option. When that guy gets on that tee, when he looks 2 feet or 3 feet beyond that cart path is going to be nothing but thicket, undergrowth, and by August, after a good month of a lot of good sun and rain, the undergrowth is so thick you wouldn't dare go in after your ball. That's what. And I'm going to tell you a perfect example. Now, I've gone on in 2 videos talking about the grip and rip mentality that they have out here in Arizona. The perfect example, Wingfoot, Sunday afternoon, maybe 10 years ago, Phil Mickelson, with a driver in his hand, on the 18th hole at Wingfoot, with about a 2-shot lead. All he has to do is get it down the middle, in the fairway. Bones should have taken him and started strangling him. He should have beat him with a club. When he asked him for the driver, Bones should have beat it over his head. He should have taken and busted the driver over his leg. He should have said to him, you're like, all you got to do is par this hole. Get it in the middle. Make your par. You won the U.S. Open, the only title that you've never gotten, the one that's the most coveted to you. All you got to do is just put it in the middle of the fairway. So what's Phil do? Mr. Arizona from ASU, played all his golf out here in college in ASU. Every kind of course. Course is set up exactly like this. Oh well, if we miss, so what? This is wide open golf. This is grip and rip, free roaming. Wherever the ball goes, I go and I pick it up. And that's exactly what he did. He thumbed his nose at the designer of Wingfoot. Wingfoot and the people who run that golf course, it's a wooded course. It's got trees on it. So what's Phil do? instead of respecting the genius of the architects that built the course. Maybe they were anticipating some young grip and rip golfer someday would have the choice of either making a par, poking it down the middle and getting a par, or on national TV with millions of people, I mean literally millions of people watching that drive on 18. Phil gets up and says, "Let me show you how we play golf in Arizona. This is ASU style golf. Grip and rip. We'll worry about what we got down there after we grip and rip it. Alright, this is distance golf. This isn't target golf. We don't play target golf in Arizona. We grip it and rip it, and wherever it lands, we bring it back into play. We take the distance and move on." Perfect example of Arizona golf. Perfect. Now, the golfers who win Harbor Town, when people who go to Harbor Town and win a Harbor Town Links in South Carolina at Hilton Head, now that's a golfer's course. Because you're working the ball all day. You got woods on both sides of the fairway. You have gates you have to make it through with the ball. You got trees overhanging. It isn't grip and rip anymore. You go out and grip and rip, your ball's going to be in the swamp all day. Now I'm going to keep the camera here today. Probably not going to get a lot of action. I haven't seen a lot of people go by or a lot of golfers, but it did give me the opportunity to set up the camera and give you my little spiel. But this isn't right. This isn't right that I have to dodge golf balls whenever this place gets busy. On a Saturday, when you sell 250, there will be 3 groups or maybe 4 groups on that tee box waiting to tee off. Why? Because you pulled the tees back and you made it a challenging course for the weekend players. The most amateur group, if you did the demographic of the quality of play of just a sampling of the quality of golfer that's going to hit that tee box all day out of 250 rounds. Not only quality as golf, but his understanding of the game, understanding par, trying to shoot par, and etiquette. That's another thing. You have people all day that have no sense of pace of play. All you need on a day with 250 golfers is to get 4 young jokers or 4 old jokers or a mix, man, woman, female, men, whatever, jokers that don't know. First of all, they haven't got the game. They're punching over their weight. Right? You got them back there 45 yards from a back right pin. Right? There's no way they're going to make that shot, but they're going to play it. They're going to play the bank like they do every time they come to this hole. This is the way we play it. We play the bank. We put it up on that hill. We walk up and get it, and we play it off the hill. But getting back, if you get one group that loses a couple balls in the lake, and you've got a back right pin, and they miss it left hard, and it goes back in the water where all that thick grass is behind the green. I got to remind you, this is Saturday morning. All the carts are out. By 10 o'clock, all the carts are out. The course is filled. All right, maybe you had a tournament or whatever, but you got one group out there that have no sense of pace of play. If they lose a ball, if they hit one in the lake, whatever, they form a posse. And time means nothing to them. And I will sit there and I'll watch for like 15 or 20 minutes the line just keeps getting longer and longer on that par 3 tee box because management decided on a weekend to extend the hole. This is a factory. It's a golf concession, okay? This is a golf concession. It's a midway in the circus, all right? This might as well be a circus midway here, all right? When you're booked a lot, move the tees up, move the pin up right next to the bailout area, so when they bail out right, they got a chip and a putt. There's no search party. There's no 20-minute, 15-minute search party for every group that goes through. And keep the line moving. All right? Nothing, some of the slowest rounds of golf I've ever played in my life have been on this course. When this course got sold and went private about 7 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago, 6 years ago, they had a bad year. It was right in the middle of the recession. Well, right in the middle of the recession, prior to the worst year and prior to the year that prompted them to want to take it private because we were losing money, the adult center was losing money on the golf course, that it should go private. We have a buyer for it. Well, prior to that summer and prior to that fiscal year, what they did is made this cart path only. One of the longest, narrowest courses in the valley. One of the courses that plays exceptionally slow in the valley. In the middle of the summer, for that whole summer, from the time you took possession, that year you took possession, Andy, I think, came from Arizona Traditions. He came in as the new. He took over from Billy, the management. That spring, before the start of summer, they made this course cart path only. A long, narrow course for the summer, one of the slowest playing courses in the valley, they made cart path only. I used to come out here, and if you got behind a couple of people that, like I say, were punching over their weight, they were playing tees they had absolutely no business playing, like a couple old duffers in their 70s, and they're back on the gold tees on number 5, and they hit the best drive of their life, the best drive they've hit in a month, and it hasn't even hit the barber pole yet. He's still 25 yards short of the barber pole on number 5, on the left side, all the way on the left. That summer, I had to sit in my cart path and watch this guy go down, park his cart, and walk all the way across the number 5 fairway and poke another one, and next time he got it past the barber pole, and now he's down in the throat. All right? He's down where he's 100 yards from the green, so he has to, and he's still on the left side, so he goes down perpendicular to his ball, and he has to make that long walk again, and still I can't drive. He's still in the landing area. If I hit a good drive from the golds, I'm going to hit him. So I have to wait and sit and watch this guy hit. Walk across the fairway twice in 115 degree heat. All right? In the summer. Now you tell me, if you're a pro, how many pros in the valley expected to make money that summer by making their golf courses cart path only? That was one of the summers I pulled back on my golf. I didn't have time to sit out here and watch old duffers all day long have to park their cart and walk onto the golf course. You couldn't drive up to your ball. It was cart path only in the golf. Golf professionals out there, valley golf professionals, how many people or how many golf courses expect to make money in the summer by making their course cart path only. Really? Really? There's a reason to say really right there. Really? You got one of the slowest playing, longest, narrowest courses in the valley, and you made it cart path only? Well, their response is, it's the cheapest place. You're getting around the golf with a cart for 20 bucks at 1 o'clock. So go have fun, grip and rip. Wherever your ball lands, you have the right to go get it. Okay?